Everything you want in life is possible. You can make your dreams real. But to make it happen, there is one big skill you must learn. That skill is the power of making decisions. When I look at my own life, I ask myself, why am I here? Why did my life turn out this way? And the answer is not my background. It's not my conditions. The answer is my decisions. I grew up in a very tough place. We had no money. Sometimes, we didn't even have enough food to eat. Life was hard. It was painful. But along the way, I made some choices, some small and some big. Those choices shaped everything. I believe God, the universe, and my own actions guided me to where I am. It didn't happen overnight. This is not a magic story. This is not a get-rich-quick story. This is real life. It takes time. It takes faith. It takes work. Let me tell you something clear: if you make a small decision and take a small action every day, things can grow. With time, things can become big. Back then, if someone wanted to share an idea, they had to talk to a few people in person. But today, with technology, one person can talk to thousands. One woman I know used to talk to 30 people in a library for free. Now she reaches 3,000 to 5,000 people every month. That's the power of growth. But it all started with a decision. That's why I want to take you back a little, to show you why your decisions matter more than your conditions. You don't have to live like everyone else. You don't have to live a small life. If you have something you care about, something you believe in, something you want to share, even if you start small, you can grow it. There are 3 powerful decisions that shape your whole life. You are making them right now, even as you listen. If you change how you make these decisions, even a little, your entire life can change. Life is not controlled by luck. It's not controlled by where you were born. It's not controlled by your conditions. Life is controlled by your decisions. Think about your own life. Can you remember a decision you made 5 or 10 years ago that changed everything? Maybe where to live, who to love, what to study, what job to take, whether to have children or not. Imagine if you had chosen something else. Your life today would look very different. Maybe better. Maybe worse. But definitely different. That's how powerful decisions are. The first decision is, what do I focus on? Every moment, there are millions of things you could focus on. You could think about the past. You could think about the future. You could think about your problems or your dreams. But the truth is, whatever you focus on becomes your feeling. Write this down: focus equals to feeling. If you don't choose what to focus on, something else will choose for you. The world will. Social media will. Ads will. Other people will. If you focus on what is wrong in your life, you'll feel pain. If you focus on what is right, you'll feel strong. This isn't fake positive thinking. This is smart living. Have you ever picked up your phone to check something quickly and then 20 minutes passed without you noticing? That's focus being stolen. Most people check their phones almost 60 times a day. They spend over 2.5 hours on social media. That's almost 17 hours a week. That's time you could use to build your dreams. If you focus on fear, you'll feel fear. If you focus on worry, you'll feel worry. If you focus on gratitude, you'll feel peace. How many times have you worried about something that never even happened? You imagine something bad, your heart starts racing, and you feel pain, but it was all in your head. Some people even think about other people's problems just so they can feel something. But the truth is, when you let your focus run wild, your feelings run wild too. If someone says, "Oh, they said something bad about you," your focus locks on that. You start to feel hurt, angry, betrayed. Then maybe later you find out they didn't even say it. But by then, your focus already created pain that wasn't real. This is why you must control your focus, or it will control you. The second decision is, what does this mean? When something happens, your brain quickly gives it a meaning. Is this good or bad? Is it a threat or a chance? Is it the end or a new beginning? Let's say someone speaks to you in a strong voice. You might think, they're attacking me, and feel angry. But maybe they're just excited, or trying to help. Same moment, different meaning, different emotion. If you give something a painful meaning, you'll feel pain. If you give it a useful meaning, you'll feel power. The media understands this. That's why news is full of fear. If it bleeds, it leads, they say. Why? Because the human brain pays more attention to fear than pleasure. It's a survival trick. Pain gets our attention fast because pain can mean danger. If there's danger, your body wants to protect itself. So the media uses fear to make sure you look, click, and stay. They don't always want to teach you. They want your attention. But you can choose to give things your own meaning. You don't have to let the world decide what something means for you. For example, if someone doesn't call you back, what does that mean? Does it mean they hate you? Maybe. Or maybe they're just busy. You get to choose the meaning. And the meaning you choose shapes how you feel and what you do next. The third decision is, what will I do? Once you focus on something and give it a meaning, you act. If you feel angry, you'll act one way. If you feel excited, you'll act another way. If you feel grateful, you'll act with love. My father, at one point in life, made a decision. He felt worthless. He felt like a failure because he couldn't feed us. He kept saying to himself, I'm worthless. And because of that meaning, his action was to leave our family. At that time, it was the most painful moment of my life. But it pushed me to ask myself new questions. I asked myself, what does this mean for me? I decided it meant I needed to change my standard. All my life, I always found a way to survive. But now, I decided I would not just survive. I would grow. I would help others. Everyone has something to give. Everyone has solved some kind of problem. Everyone has learned something from pain. That thing can help someone else. Even if you start small. Even if it's part-time. You can build something that matters. When I was a child, my family lived in a small, poor neighborhood. We were the poorest family on our street. We lived so close to the train tracks that when the train passed, our house shook. My father often said, no one cares about anyone else. And for a long time, I believed him. Because that's how life looked around us. People didn't help us. We were treated badly. I thought the world was cold. But then something happened that changed everything. It was Thanksgiving. We had no food in the house. We were hungry. Then suddenly, there was a knock on the door. I opened it. And there was a big man standing there with 2 heavy bags of groceries. There was also a frozen turkey on the ground and a cooking pot. He looked down at me and asked, "Is your father home?" I ran to get my father. This stranger, this man we didn't know, was delivering food to our family. He didn't want to be thanked. He didn't want a picture. He didn't want attention. He just helped. That moment broke the lie I had believed. Strangers do care. The world is not just cold. There is kindness. There is love. That moment changed my heart. I decided that day that I would spend my life helping people I didn't know. I decided I would give, even when I didn't have much. Because one person's decision changed my family's life that night. And that's the point of all of this. Life changes when you make a decision. Your life is shaped not by your conditions, not by your past, not by your problems. Your life is shaped by your decisions. 1. What you choose to focus on. 2. What you decide it means. 3. What you choose to do. If you focus on problems, give them dark meanings, and do nothing, your life stays stuck. But if you focus on possibilities, give them empowering meanings, and take action, your life grows. Let me give you a clear picture. 2 people can face the same problem. One says, "This is the end. I can't do this." The other says, this is the beginning. I'll learn something. One focuses on fear. The other focuses on opportunity. One gives it the meaning of pain. The other gives it the meaning of growth. One does nothing. The other acts. Same problem. Different decision. Different life. When you learn to take control of these three decisions, you take control of your destiny. It's not about luck. It's not about being born rich. It's about deciding how to live. If someone treats you badly, you can choose to focus on their words and feel pain. Or you can focus on your strength and feel power. You can give their words the meaning of I'm weak, or you can give it the meaning of I will grow. And then you can choose to rise. The truth is, most people make these three decisions unconsciously. They do it without thinking. That's why their lives don't change. But once you become aware, once you start making these decisions on purpose, you gain power. You can wake up each morning and choose your focus. You can decide, today I will focus on what I can do, not what I can't. You can choose your meaning. You can say, this challenge is not here to destroy me. It's here to make me strong. And then you can choose your action. You can say, I will not wait for luck. I will move forward. Remember this. When I was a child, one stranger decided to bring food to my hungry family. That one decision made me believe in kindness again. And my decision to give back created the life I have now. Your decisions can create new stories, not only for you but for others. Focus on what builds you. Give it a meaning that lifts you. Take action that moves you forward. This is how you shape your future. This is how you change your life. You don't need perfect conditions. You need clear decisions. You don't need to be lucky. You need to be intentional. You don't need to have everything. You just need to start with what you have. Every great life starts with one brave choice.
Please like and subscribe for more videos.